Hello and welcome to the Monday, June 12th, 2023 Court of Revision for the Delton Reibling Municipal Drain. To start this meeting off, my name is Chad Curtis. I'm the Deputy Clerk with the Township of Wilmot. We need to elect a chair. So we're going to do that in a second, but first off, we need to start this meeting. So we'll read the following recommendation: that the Court of Revision for the Delton Reibling Municipal Drain convene at 6 p.m. on June 12th, 2023. May I have a mover and seconder? We have Councillor Wilkinson and Councillor Sadhu. All in favor? Carries. So we're on to item number 2, motion to appoint chair. Would any members of the Court of Revision like to nominate someone to be chair?
Through you, Clerk, I am nominating Stuart Cressman to serve as chair.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Sadhu? Councillor Cressman, or do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We'll take a vote. All in favor? Passes. So I will be handing the chair duties off to Councillor Cressman.
So welcome, everyone. I guess you know you're getting old when you personally knew Delton Reibling, and so I'm learning that every good municipal drain in the township has it named after someone, and when you get into repairs, then it moves a little further from when it was initiated. The purpose of the Court of Revision is to hear appeals regarding the schedule of assessment only. The Court of Revision has no authority to change the engineer's report in any way. The schedule of assessment may be altered, but the total must remain the same. If one assessment is reduced, then the other assessments must be increased to balance. So in other words, revenue neutral. The total cost isn't impacted. So I will read the recommendation that the assessment contained in the report be upheld. Have I a mover and a seconder?
I think you missed a piece.
Oh, did I miss a piece? On the back, sorry. I thought it was a little shorter than I read previously. The Court of Revision will hear appeals from the following appellants who filed appeals by the statutory deadline of 10 days before the Court of Revision date of June the 12th. So that would be, in my mind, June the 2nd. So I'm going to ask the clerk to read that list that were filed in writing before or within the statutory deadline.
The township received no written appeals during the statutory timeline. Thank you.
The court can, if approved by the members, hear appeals from other assessed landowners present who did not file a written appeal within the statutory deadline. Are there any assessed landowners who wish to appeal their assessment? If so, state your name and assessment roll number. Asking the second time? Any appeals? Asking the third and final time? I don't think I need to do this, but I'm just doing it to be polite. So not hearing any. I guess I'm required, if you want to say it, I'll call on Curtis McIntyre, drainage engineer, to provide information on the assessment for this drain, maybe at a high level, and if there's any specific questions. I notice one landowner present here, so if there's any specific questions, you can handle them then.
Yeah, to the court, I actually, since there are no appeals, I wouldn't take anyone's time up trying to explain any of the assessments. It seems like it's okay with everyone that's received a report. So since there are no appeals, I'll just decline to speak any further.
Thank you very much. And I guess, assuming there's no questions? No questions? I see people shaking their heads. So given that, I don't think there is anything to deliberate on behalf of the Court of Revision, except we will now read the recommendation. That the assessment contained in the report be upheld. That is the recommendation. Do I have a mover and a seconder? We copied that? You moved by Chris and seconded by Harv. Councillor, call the vote. Thank you. That is carried. Now, recommendation that the Court of Revision for the Delton Reibling Municipal Drain be adjourned. Could I have a mover? Chris, Councillor Wilkinson, Councillor Sadhu seconds. All those in favor? I would call the Court of Revision adjourned.